Hello everyone, it is Sunday night, June 23rd, about 10:40 p.m., and welcome into tonight's video weather discussion, where we are going to cover about 3 different topics here tonight. We're going to have a brief recap of the severe weather that we saw across portions of northern Illinois and also up towards the southern Wisconsin area that was yesterday evening into early last night. We're also going to take a look at a pretty decent chance for more severe weather coming up on the way for much of the day on Tuesday. Anywhere from Tuesday morning all the way into Tuesday night, we may see a couple of rounds of severe weather being possible across the state. And then we're going to look at what is going to be another push of hot temperatures coming in across the state. It's going to be a very brief push of hot temperatures coming in across portions of the state for tomorrow, which is Monday, and into Tuesday. Tuesday, it's really going to be dependent on where those showers and thunderstorms set up for, as where the hot temperatures end up being and how hot temperatures actually get. But to start off here tonight, I wanted to start off with our severe weather report map. So all of these little dots on this map across especially northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, all of those little dots represent severe weather reports from Saturday evening and early Saturday night. The blue dots are damaging winds. The orange dots are flooding. A couple of red dots up in southern Wisconsin. A couple of tornadoes occurred. There was actually an EF2 tornado that occurred near Janesville, Wisconsin last evening. There were also 2 EF1 tornadoes that occurred in the Lake Geneva area for you folks that tune in from southern Wisconsin. But much of the rest of northern Illinois here did pick up some heavy thunderstorm activity. And like I said, some of that was severe. All of those blue dots represent reports of wind damage, which was quite widespread across northern Lake, northern McHenry County. There was quite a bit of wind damage, and then also in parts of Kane, DuPage, Cook County, and Will County area from the Geneva area through Wheaton, Downers Grove, some wind damage. Also in the Naperville, Aurora areas, Plainfield areas saw some wind damage as well. And those thunderstorms moved across much of the state of Illinois last evening and into overnight last night. So much needed rainfall for many areas of the state. However, some of that rainfall was quite heavy, especially across northern Illinois, where there was some localized flooding. There were even some rainfall totals between 2 to 5 inches across parts of northern Illinois from last evening and last night. Now, as we go forward into time, our next chance of severe weather is going to be Tuesday. Now, this could be multiple rounds of severe weather being possible. Anywhere from early Tuesday morning through much of the day Tuesday, we could see a couple of rounds of activity, and then continuing even into Tuesday night, perhaps even very, very early Wednesday morning. Now, there's a lot of disagreement on what is exactly going to happen for Tuesday. There's disagreement in how many rounds of activity we may see. There's disagreement on the location of where that activity may impact. So right now it's a big, huge guessing game as to exactly 100% what is going to happen on Tuesday. But what we're going to talk about here is the best guess based on the current weather model guidance as to what potentially may occur for that Tuesday time frame. So I'm going to show you a couple of our high-resolution weather forecast models. I'm going to show you the HRRR model. I'm going to show you the 3-kilometer high-resolution NAM model, and I'm also going to show you a model known as the WRF-NSSL model, another one of those high-resolution short-term models, just to give you an idea of all of the wild solutions that are out there right now, and to give you an idea of why we are seeing so much confusion, uncertainty, if you want to call it, regarding what's going to happen on Tuesday. So as it looks right now, Monday is going to be pretty much dry across the state. Temperatures ranging from the 80s into the 90s across the state on Monday, but it is going to be generally a dry day. What we're going to be watching for on Monday is the development of severe thunderstorms up in the Minnesota, western Wisconsin, northern Iowa area as the storm system starts to take shape and move through the region. So that's what we're going to be watching for severe thunderstorm development Monday afternoon into Monday evening. Now, what exactly happens with that development Monday afternoon and evening is still uncertain. Some of the weather forecast models, such as this one that I'm showing you here, this is the HRRR model. This one kind of scatters all that activity that develops and kind of moves it down across Wisconsin into Michigan, maybe clipping northern Illinois. This model really doesn't do anything very impressive with that activity. However, as we switch over here to one of the other short-term high-resolution models, here you go. You see all that severe weather activity getting going here Monday afternoon and Monday evening out to the west. And then this particular model, along with some of the other high-resolution models, takes that activity and then dives it southeastward into southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois as we get into very early Tuesday morning. I'm talking 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, right on through sunrise and rush hour, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So there's a lot of uncertainty, first of all, in regards to what's going to happen with the severe thunderstorms that develop on Monday across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Are they just going to move off towards the east and kind of fizzle out and not do too much? Or are they going to develop into a big cluster known as a mesoscale convective system, an MCS? Are they going to develop into one of those big systems and then dive southeastward into southern Wisconsin, into northern Illinois? That is one of the uncertainties right now, and we just don't know the answer to that right now based on the current weather model guidance. So that's one possibility. We could see some activity move into northern Illinois Tuesday morning. If that were to happen, some of that activity could be severe. Now, as we move through the day on Tuesday, there's actually going to be a storm system moving through here, a trailing cold front coming through as well. And Tuesday could be a hot day across at least portions of the state. If we see a lot of clear conditions across the state on Tuesday, much of the state will get into the 90s. However, if we see that big complex of rain and thunderstorms and severe weather come down into northern Illinois and perhaps other portions of the state Tuesday morning, it may be only the southern half of the state that gets into the 90s on Tuesday. So not only is the uncertainty regarding severe weather there, there's uncertainty regarding temperatures as well for Tuesday. So what looks to happen on Tuesday, whether or not we see that complex of severe thunderstorms Tuesday morning across northern Illinois, we will see additional development of severe thunderstorms as the main storm system comes through the region here during the afternoon, and then that activity would move off towards the east and the southeast across the state of Illinois during the day Tuesday into Tuesday night, maybe even lingering into early Tuesday morning. So I know I keep using the word uncertain or uncertainty because that's just what it is at this point in time. And a lot of it hinges upon what happens with that activity that develops, first of all, across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa Monday afternoon and Monday evening. Like I said, is that activity just going to percolate and kind of weaken and meander into Wisconsin and not pay us a visit in Illinois? Or is it going to turn into one of those big thunderstorm complexes and turn southeastward into the state of Illinois? Because if that does happen, it's going to have a bigger effect on what's going to happen down the road Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night across the state with both severe weather and temperatures. If that activity from Monday stays north of the state Tuesday morning and we see more widespread hot and humid conditions across the state on Tuesday, that could potentially cause more of a more widespread severe weather threat and potentially a bigger severe weather threat for the second round of activity during the afternoon and evening hours on Tuesday. So unfortunately, there is a lot of uncertainty regarding Tuesday at this point in time, but hopefully as we move into the day tomorrow on your Monday, we will start to get a better handle of what to expect on Tuesday. So as we move over to our severe weather forecast graphics here, first of all, this graphic on the screen right now is for late Monday night into early Tuesday morning. And you can see the time frame on this graphic right here from midnight Tuesday morning through 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. So this is early Tuesday morning we're talking about here. And as you can see, we do have a level 1 severe thunderstorm risk across northern Illinois for Tuesday morning. And that is for that potential of maybe a thunderstorm complex moving out of Minnesota and Wisconsin down into northern Illinois Tuesday morning. It's not a guarantee yet, but because it is a possibility, we do have an isolated severe weather threat outlooked across northern Illinois for your Tuesday morning time frame. Now, as we go through the rest of the day on Tuesday, as I said, depending on what happens Tuesday morning, we will see additional severe weather during the rest of the day Tuesday from the afternoon into the nighttime hours. But how severe it gets, that activity, and where exactly it hits with the second round Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night really is dependent on what goes on in the morning, quite frankly. So right now, this is a low confidence forecast kind of for Tuesday overall right now. But as you can see, for the rest of the day, Tuesday into Tuesday night here, we have a level 1 to level 2 severe thunderstorm risk across the state. That's isolated to widely scattered severe thunderstorm risk in place. So the gist of it is we are watching the potential for a couple of rounds of showers, thunderstorms, and severe weather. Anywhere from very early Tuesday morning through late Tuesday night, we could see a couple of rounds of severe weather activity across the state. However, exact placement, exact severity, and exact timing is very uncertain right now. There's a very, very high amount of uncertainty within the weather model guidance at this point in time to what exactly happens and how many of these thunderstorm clusters move across the state of Illinois. So hopefully as we move through the day tomorrow on Monday, the weather model guidance will come into better agreement regarding what's going to happen overall, storm system placement, frontal placement, if we're going to see a thunderstorm cluster or not Tuesday morning. So a lot of uncertainty, but hopefully as we go through the day on Monday, we will see that uncertainty become resolved and more agreement come into place so we could really start to hone in on more specifics here for you across the state of Illinois. But really, that's the gist of it for tonight. Really just watching that severe weather threat much of the day Tuesday. Like I said, very early Tuesday morning into very late Tuesday night. Could have a couple of rounds of severe thunderstorms across the state of Illinois. So with that said here, we will keep this discussion brief for tonight and wrap it up. However, we will be back in the morning with another full update regarding some hot temperatures, like I said, across parts of the state for Monday into Tuesday, and then that upcoming severe weather risk for much of Tuesday across the state of Illinois. See Doug checking in here. No, not expecting anything across the state tonight. It is a pleasant night across the state of Illinois for tonight. So with that said, that will do it for tonight. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. That's Monday morning for another full update regarding the severe weather threat coming up for your Tuesday.